Welcome back to episode 12. It's Farm Sim 25 Builds here. This is our neighborhood build series. If you guys have missed the other episodes, go back and watch them. There are only 11 other episodes besides this one. Today we are building a warehouse. We built everything from dealerships to post offices to gas stations to homes. Today we are going to do a warehouse. So to start out, we're on lot 15 on the beautiful map of Settlers as always. And we are going to get the road painted up there. You are not able to just paint up to the road, so we use the road kit mod and it works perfectly. Then we will go and smooth it out. There's a little dip there, but it's not a huge deal. Trucks will not even get stuck on that. I am not even worried in the slightest. So we're not going to use this full lot because I have plans for the other part of the lot. That'll be in a later episode, so keep an eye out for that. But the other part of that lot will be used. We are going to use the pallet warehouse from the warehouse pack. This is a beautiful warehouse. It's got a nice interior, a whole bunch of space inside. We're gonna see what we can do. I mean, some of these warehouses are kind of hard to put stuff in because of how big they are, and you guys know all the angles with Farm Sim and how it is, because we can't just go in the building and place things for some reason. But not a huge deal. We'll make it work, right? Alright, so starting out, we are going to kind of cycle through, see what we can put. I mean, once again, this is a warehouse and we are going to be a little limited, so we'll have to be careful and kind of keep in mind what we are doing and, you know, not make it look cluttered, but also make it not look like an abandoned warehouse. We don't want that. That'd be goofy. Alright, so we are just kind of straightening up that driveway. We added a little bit to the front of the parking lot there, not too much, but just enough so that you can get a truck in and out there with ease, not having to worry about it or getting bunched up or jackknifing it. You don't want to do that. Alright, so we are going to use this. It's this fence. It's a metal fence with a gate pack. This fence is really nice. It's got a nice gate on it. If you are paying close attention, you'll notice that I actually placed it backwards here without even noticing. So we will fix that later when I catch on, but that's for later in the video. Because as of right now, I don't even know. Love that for me. Alright guys, remember if you need to fix a segment of fence or anything like that, click your right thumbstick and it will delete the last segment that you placed while you have the fence tool out. Neat little trick, does really help if you need to straighten out a line or extend it a little bit more and get it somewhere that you weren't already, you know what I mean? Alright, we will kind of take care of that little bit of grass that's inside the fence, knock that down, looks good to me. Cycling through here, we're just going to start looking through. I know I want pallet racking, so we are going to check out this pallet racking, which is the heavy duty shelf pack. These are massive, guys, and I kind of made it work right here getting them down the center, but I didn't like it fully. Once again, with the angles, you know how it is, you have to kind of go back and forth and it's kind of tricky. So those just looked obnoxiously big and they kind of have a closed back. You can see the X's on the back there, that's so things don't fall off the back. And I didn't like that because if they are in the center of an aisle, I mean, why would there be a closed back? That would just be really complicated and tricky, not quite make sense. And that one there kind of glitched through the beam as well. So I decided that we're not going to go with this racking, at least, you know, there. When you are deleting it, be very, very careful. You don't want the building lit up. If the building is lit up, you're going to delete the building. So keep that in mind and be very mindful when you're trying to delete things. Otherwise, I do know that there's more pallet racking. I just have to find it. So we're just going to start going through decorations here. This is just a little pallet jack from a decoration pack. Not entirely sure which one, it doesn't tell me the mod name there, but nice little touch, you know what I mean? They aren't functional, but it looks good. We do need a trash can. That one looked a little excessive and too messy for me. We don't want it to look like a, you know, a completely junked out business. We are going to throw a little shipping container back here. That one does not open. There are shipping containers that open, guys, and there are liftable shipping containers in the dynamic objects pack. Keep that in mind. Here is a garbage can from the decoration pack. We're just gonna throw that back there for a nice little dumpster. And here's kind of like a little bin with recycling in it. I kind of like that. I thought that that looked nice over there by that door. You know, boxes come in, things like that. It's a warehouse. We're gonna throw some stacked pallets and kind of a pallet mess back here, you know. Tuck it back behind that shipping container so people from the road can't see it, but anyone who works there knows it's there, you know what I'm saying? Alright, we're gonna keep cycling through our decorations. I'm really hoping we can try and get something inside that office there, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to, unfortunately. It's just the angles, guys. Unfortunately, I can't get that camera low enough, and I have to work with doorways, so you're kind of trapped on what you can and can't do. I was gonna put a fire hydrant out here, but then I kind of felt weird about it. I don't know how they really do that out of town. Then we were kind of looking at these electrical boxes as well, but I didn't love it. You know, I felt like it kind of made it look run down once again. So we're gonna skip that, and we're gonna delete that fire hydrant. I know it goes against everything I always yell at you guys about, but it just didn't fit, right? So in tools here, I do have more shelving. This is the placeable warehouse objects mod, and you can actually link these together pretty well. I mean, they snap pretty easily together, and they look really good. They look a little small, but that's okay. That's not a huge deal. And technically, if you guys have enough room, you can build these to stack them and build them in a whole bunch of different ways and, you know, configurations, which is really kind of neat. That you can fully build your own set of pallet racking. You can see I was trying to make a double story, but it just wouldn't give me the right angle. I was gonna bring that down there and throw another one. All right, there is that big wide open space there, and I do think it would kind of fit the bigger pallet racking. So we are gonna go back to that big pallet racking and try and place some of that at least over here, and you know, just so that we have an option to use the big stuff. That one does kind of glitch the top rack right into the roof, and it does kind of glitch the beam there, but you can't really notice it, so I'm just gonna ignore it if you guys are cool with ignoring it with me. All right, we will throw another small rack right there, just tucked in the corner. Not in the way or anything, but it just gives us more options for storing objects and crates and things like that. If you guys are into role play or anything like that, this is going to be a phenomenal place that you can, you know, play and things like that. And this doesn't take that many different mods. You know, if you're kind of watching what I'm using, we don't use a ton of different mods. So if you want to start a smaller server with less mods with your buddies and, you know, drive some trucks and forklifts and get some pallets and, you know, do the whole deal, you totally can. And like I said, it doesn't take a ton of mods to do it either. It's kind of a great little method for some roleplay, guys. Like I said, if you need any mods or have any questions on the mods, you can look in the bottom left corner and pause the video at any time, and the green text there is the mod name. You can see there, I went on the roof and I was trying to see if I could get it to glitch through the glass so I could, you know, get it back further here, but it just wouldn't let me. So we're gonna have to figure out maybe, you know, in another episode what we could put back there, whether it be like a semi truck. Well, semi probably wouldn't fit. We could fit pickups back there though. This big open area there, that is a good little shop there. We could definitely park semis in that shop there. So that is kind of a nice option. I toy around with the idea of putting more shelving there, but it just didn't work. And then I found this placeable warehouse objects pack with the wheel pushers, and look at that, they lined up absolutely perfectly for the loading dock here. So we're gonna throw some of those down so that they can get them trailers lined up nice and straight. And then we got this paint here, so every warehouse I've ever worked in has had, you know, yellow lines painted all over the ground and things like that, so that people aren't parking things or walking where they're not supposed to. So we're gonna throw some of that down. And then I found these little safety bollards. Once again, that's that same decoration pack, the warehouse one. Nice little pack, guys. Great little touch. It's, yeah, just use it, you know, check it out, try the different things, and you might find some stuff that you never expected to use, but you absolutely love, you know? We did throw a pressure washer. That's the still wall-mounted pressure washer in the back. I toy around with the idea of trying to maybe spice up the outside here, but it's just a warehouse. I'm not really going to get too excited or do too much out of the ordinary. Going through here, I do kind of look at some of these things. I was going to try and start loading up the inside, but you can see here I'm so limited to my angles that I really didn't want to waste the time and get something stuck in there and have to delete the building and restart. No one wants to do that, so we're not going to deal with that. We'll throw a bench out front though, right by that front door. And then we get some barrels. I mean, I always use the barrels. I don't know why. I love barrels. Every shop I've been in has barrels everywhere. I don't know, dude. So we're gonna throw some barrels in and throw some on the rack over here. Remember guys, if you're trying to place things in a building or on something, press Y or triangle, depending on what console you're on or controller you're using. Me, I'm on Xbox, so I press Y and it will let me place objects wherever I want. If you want a truck to float in your wall, you can make it happen, guys. I do have tutorials on that, and we have done that in videos before, so it isn't impossible. You can do it, and yeah, you know, just keep that in mind when you're building here. So we're gonna throw another crate with some cardboard boxes there. I kind of just like that. And then I find these stacked pallets. We'll throw those there. You know, you never know. You're loading up a truck, break a pallet, need a tub or something like that. You got options. I don't know what those little barrels are, but might as well throw them in there, right? Make it look nice. Alright, cycling through. We're almost to the end of the decorations. There's really not much you can do. Warehouses kind of speak when you start filling them with things. So I will have to, you know, get a whole bunch of pallets and trailers and get all that sorted out. This is a decorational vehicle here. You can't drive it. I did find out it has an ice cream livery. That's interesting, but we are going to do the Lizard Logistics one. And we will also throw a decoration forklift back here. You never know. Obviously it doesn't work, but if it's roleplay, guys, you could pretend anything. You could pretend you're Superman. Alright, we find these crates here. I was going to put these in there, but they do have a movable crate in the dynamic objects, so I think I'm just going to eventually go with those instead and just place a few of those around, those non-movable ones, just for the effect of it, but I'm not really concerned at having too many pretend objects, if you know what I mean. Alright, let's keep cycling through. Hey guys, also if you haven't seen my other video, I did hit 10,000 followers on TikTok the other day, and it means so much. So thank you guys for your support and everything that you guys have done. It means the world to me. I truly appreciate it. I do live stream on TikTok all the time. The new DLC for Farm Sim 25 comes out on November 4th, guys, next Tuesday. The Highland Fishing Pack, I will be streaming that almost all day. We're gonna do an actual survival series on it, so you guys will actually get to see me play Farm Sim for once. I know, that's shocking, isn't it? It's kind of terrifying. I'm gonna have a lot to learn, so I hope you guys will help me out with that. Otherwise, you get fishing, you get boats, you get all that. If you guys don't have it yet, I am an official Giants partner. If you guys use my discount code BUILDS upon checkout, a small commission of that does go to me, and I can put that back in the channel. It's not expected, but I do appreciate it, and it really doesn't cost you, well, it actually doesn't cost you guys any extra to do it, so I would appreciate that if you guys keep that in mind and use that when you get a chance. So this is where I realized that I messed up. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have to fix this now. So we are going to go back and try and just patch it, but it never works that way. We just have to restart. So we are going to go through and just start deleting our fence. I know. It happens, so it just didn't line up right, and that would have drove me nuts. I would have had a meltdown almost. I would have crashed out. So you can see here, it did not want to go there, so we delete it, we delete it, we delete it. Alright, and then you go click on it again, and you can continue. So let's just go on through and finish off our little fence, you know? Alright, that opens nice. That looks good. You can see here it kind of messed up and left a gap. I don't like that, so I do a gate right there. Still not perfect, but now we have a gate, a little walkthrough man gate. I don't know. I don't really know what you would need it for, but it's there. Alright, so it didn't really fill in perfect there, and it doesn't want me to paint. Alright guys, you're gonna panic, right? Oh no, what do you do? What do you do? I can't paint up to the road, and now there's asphalt there. Get out the dirt road from that same road kit. If you place a dirt road and then just put grass over it, it's actually not noticeable. I honestly, if I didn't tell you guys, I would have left that clipped out and no one would have ever noticed. But I figured I'd leave this little clip in there and show you guys that you can kind of cover that up. Like right there, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's okay. It works. It looks better than it did. It's better than having asphalt there with grass over it. Alright, let's throw down some trees, but like I said, there's not too much that you can do on these guys. That is a pretty well functioning warehouse. Like I said, there's not much that you can put for decorations, but at the same time, you can fill this thing full of stuff. So I'm gonna have to start working on that, and you know, maybe that'll be something I work on my live stream on Monday, when I am live on TikTok at FarmSim25 Builds. Otherwise, guys, I do, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 TikToks a day. We try and do multiple YouTube videos. We try and do it all, guys. So keep that in mind. If you haven't yet, drop a subscription, drop a like, drop a follow, drop a comment, guys. That engagement, I appreciate it. I love it all. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. And like I said earlier, thank you guys so much for helping me get to 10K. And we're so close to monetization on YouTube as well. We just need a little bit more of our watch hours, and we're there. That's insane, guys. That means so much to me. So I do appreciate it, guys. Otherwise, keep an eye out for the build series. We will be doing an episode 13 here in the next few days. And also keep an eye out for that new DLC and the Highland Fishing Pack. If there's anything else that you guys want to see, learn, see me build, learn how to build, anything like that, drop a comment, send me a DM, join the Discord. I have a Linktree. It's posted multiple times in multiple places, guys. That Linktree will give you everything to my page, so check it out, guys. Once again, thank you. Have a wonderful one.